All right, guys, how's it going? So in a previous video the other day, yesterday, whenever it was, we were talking about Jurgen Klopp being appointed as the new global head of football at Red Bull. All right, so I'm a little bit surprised by that. I made that known in that video. I don't know, like Jurgen. I want to see Jurgen back in football management. Do you know what I mean? Like not being one of these like big cheese and that. One of the suits and that. But anyways, he's back in the game already. I saw Richard Keys made a little dig at him saying, "Oh, Jurgen weren't that tired then. He's already back or whatever." But you know what? The news of this has not gone down very well in Germany. Headlines such as Jurgen Klopp faces backlash from German media following Red Bull appointment, and Jurgen Klopp's surprising move to Red Bull sparks backlash among German fans. So I thought we'd have a look at some of these articles. So some of them are a little bit brutal, to be honest with you. Jurgen Klopp finds himself under fire from the German press after his recent announcement regarding a new role as the global head of football at Red Bull. The news comes shortly after the iconic former Liverpool manager secured the prestigious position, stirring a wave of controversy among fans and media alike. Red Bull, known for its involvement in football through clubs such as RB Leipzig, RB Salzburg, New York Red Bulls, and also, of course, they have a stake in Leeds United, right, as their primary shirt sponsor for the upcoming season. This diverse portfolio only adds to the scrutiny surrounding Klopp's transition from the Premier League to the energy drinks giant. So, an article from Der Spiegel slams Klopp's decision to join Red Bull, arguing that it tarnishes his previously stellar reputation. They point out that he was once characterised as the normal one, and this now appears to have been compromised. His authenticity has been compromised by prioritising financial incentives. One article in Der Spiegel said this move has led to significant unrest within the fan base. Similarly, T-Online echoed those sentiments, stating his agreement with Red Bull undermines his standing as a paragon of football integrity, presenting the illusion that the charismatic coach might have forged a pact with the devil. Within moments, he has dismantled his own legacy, profoundly affecting his reputation in German football. It raises questions about his passion for the game that he has always professed to love. And the sharp criticism continued with a journalist called Gunter Klein saying on social media, Klopp is as fake as his teeth. Wow. So that's one article. Now, there was a couple of comments. I'm going to go to another article in a minute. There's a couple of comments posted on the Cop Talk members website yesterday that explain it a little bit. The Dortmund fans, in particular, are extremely upset with Klopp and have said he has essentially sold his soul. German clubs all hate the Red Bull group because it goes against their 50+1 ownership. And from what I understand, to them, this is the equivalent of Klopp joining the City group and working for Man City and all related clubs. A lot of Germans are extremely surprised he took this role, given they view him as one of the most moral voices in football. Another comment, I think this one might have been left on, I think these were both left on my YouTube videos, actually. The Germans are absolutely livid. They hate, in capital letters, what the Red Bull brought to the Bundesliga football in general. There's going to be a lot who never forgive him. Good luck to him getting the fans on his side to take the German national team job after Nagelsmann, if that's what he wants. He'll need it. This other article, I just quickly looked at one there. Jurgen Klopp's surprising move to Red Bull sparks backlash amongst fans. For years, Red Bull has faced criticism from fans worried about the increasing commercialisation of the sport they love. Klopp, to many, represented, past tense, a guardian of traditional football values, a hard-working, authentic figure who connected with the crowd. He's now faced ridicule and criticism. One fan said, I've lost my faith in football because of this appointment, as Klopp's career has seemed to stand in contrast to what a company like Red Bull represents. Some accused him of selling out and declared that football had died with his decision. And critics believe Klopp has tarnished his reputation and undermined his impressive career. This is scathing stuff, guys. It's all out there. Go and have a look. You know what I'm saying? I only picked 2 of these out. These are the first 2 that came up on a search. I've not picked them out. They were just there. Anyway, this was interesting, I thought. It's just this little snippet in this article. That's why I paused there. I was trying to find it. Meanwhile, Red Bull has been linked with a takeover bid. I know what you're thinking. For French second division side Paris FC. Bernard Arnault's family is nearing the purchase of a majority stake, investing alongside Red Bull as the billionaire clan diversifies into sports. People familiar with the matter said. Under the terms discussed, the Arnault family, who control luxury group LVMH, will initially take a stake of about 55% through a holding company before buying out the club chairman and his 30% holding in 2027. Said people requesting anonymity. I always have trouble with that word. Red Bull will require a stake of about 15%. Paris FC, founded in 1972, a lead in France's League Two, one step below the top tier, which is dominated by local rivals PSG. The reason why I find that interesting is, of course, FSG linked with French football. A recent attempt of a French football club. Trent Alexander-Arnold also said to be possibly looking at buying a French football club. So there's quite a bit of interest in these French football clubs. Anyway, so Jurgen absolutely pissing off German football fans. What do you think of that? I think most people, watching this video is not German and probably don't care. He was Liverpool manager. I love him forever. He can do what he wants. I get that. But Jurgen is, he only got that big award the other day because of his contribution to, and what is seen by people in Germany. I forget what the award was called. I'll try and find it for you. Here we go. He was honoured with the Order of Merit of the Federal Republic of Germany. And I had to read up on this. The Order of Merit is divided into several classes, blah, blah, blah. He was awarded the Federal Order of Merit for his contribution to democracy and his impact on the football world and more. He was praised for his efforts in supporting disadvantaged youth and advocating for tolerance and solidarity. And, so they've gone from Jurgen's amazing to absolutely we've just seen it, just complete criticism and disgust that he's made that decision. And not just from Dortmund fans, but from football fans in Germany in a whole. When I made the video and discussed his appointment, I had no understanding or any knowledge of how much Red Bull is despised. I genuinely don't. How would I know? I don't follow anything to do with Red Bull. Obviously I know about players that we've signed. From certain Red Bull outlets, clubs or whatever. But he's certainly pissed a few people off. Any thoughts on that? I think most people are like, nah, not bothered, don't give a fuck really. But it's an interesting one because Jurgen does portray himself unintentionally, I think, as a cool dude and, one that believes in fairness and morals, like the saying, in the same way you've gone against everything that you claimed to represent and stand up for. So, I'm not educated enough, guys, to offer. I can't sit here and go, they are right. They're right what they're saying. Because I generally am not educated on the passion surrounding this topic. It's all new to me, but there's certainly a lot of negative publicity and negative reaction to this. And like I say, I've seen it in my comments from some of you guys that are in Germany and that, So, but I'm sure if the German job comes up available at some point and he delivers, I'm sure they'll quickly forget. But it is interesting. How would you have felt as a Liverpool fan, the comparison there, if he'd have gone and worked for the City Group, for Manchester City and that? Would you have been annoyed? Look at it that way. Would you have been annoyed by that if he was suddenly working with Man City and their football clubs? Or would you have just gone, no, do what you want, move on? I mean, judging by, I think judging by the way that they think in Germany with this, the ownership and all that, I think it would be I think it's a little bit more intense over there. So I kind of understand the German thing. Maybe that is worse going to Red Bull than it would be the kind of equivalent of going to Man City. I think you can see by the way that I'm struggling towards this end of this video that I actually don't know what I'm talking about. So I will leave it to those of you that are a lot more switched on with this situation. I just wanted to convey it because I think there's a lot of Liverpool fans like me who would have been totally unaware of this reaction. All right, so I'll leave it with you guys. If you've got any knowledge of it, please do feel free to comment. I just think most people go, Liverpool. That's what I think most people think. I guess some of you probably prefer the fact that he's gone into this kind of position than managing a football club, right? Personally, I would rather have seen him come back into football management and I would like to see him represent or manage a top European side with backing and see how great he could be. Just to stick two fingers up at FSG, I guess. But there you go. That's a debate for another video. I don't want to set everybody off. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. If you appreciate the video, I mean, I've tried to explain it as best as I can. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please drop me a comment. I'm sure you've got an opinion on this one. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button. That's the love out of the video. And I'll give you a shout out in tomorrow morning's briefing. I'll let everybody know how amazing you are. Don't forget to read the video description, get on the newsletter, get in the chat room, follow me on social media and so on. All right, guys. Cheers.